Hello and welcome to SF Giants Recap, and we're going to be getting right into the fan reaction. I'll add my cam as soon as the game starts. I'm still getting stuff set up, and it's the Giants versus the Cardinals. So before we turn on the cam and everything like that, we'll go over the lineup, starting pitching before the game starts. It is currently 3:03, and the game starts at 3:05. And so the starting lineup for the Cardinals is in the batting first, playing left field is Dylan Carlson. Batting second, playing first base is Paul Goldschmidt. Batting third, playing third base is Nolan Arenado. Batting fourth, catching is Yadier Molina. Batting fifth is Tommy Edman in right field. Batting sixth, playing second base is Matt Carpenter. And batting seventh, center fielder Josh Bader. Batting eighth is Mundo Sosa, playing shortstop. And batting ninth is the pitcher Kim. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce his first name. And for the Giants, it is Austin Slater batting first, playing center field. Terio Estrada playing left field, batting second. Wilmer Flores batting third, playing third. Batting fourth, Darren Ruff playing first base. Batting fifth, Donovan Solano playing second base. Batting sixth, Brandon Crawford playing shortstop. Batting sixth, Jalen Davis playing right field. Batting eighth, Kirk Sally catching. And pitching is Kevin Gausman. And so that is our lineups for the day. And the game is about to get started. It is a little bit later than it was scheduled, but still practically just around the same time. Um, so we'll get right into the live reaction soon, and we'll see how this will go. I'll only do probably 3 or 4 innings, and then I will do my recap after the game. And so make sure to stay posted for this, and we'll get right into it. And so Kevin Gausman is warming up on the mound. We'll see how he does today and see if he can get us a win against the Cardinals to open up this I'm pretty sure it's 3-game series. Yeah, it is, because we have a day off Thursday, and so the Dylan Carlson steps in the box. Is the top of the first. 3:06 is the starting game time. It's scheduled for 3:05, but 1 minute off isn't much. So the first pitch is a foul back to get a strike. And so that is how this game gets started. Dylan Carlson is batting .258 and a .341 on base percentage with .397 slugging and 7 home runs with 31 RBIs, and is number 3. And so he is batting lefty because he's a switch hitter. So against the righty Kevin Gausman, he'll be batting lefty. And the second pitch is popped high, and Wilmer Flores is setting under, and barely makes the catch. It was a pretty hard catch to do, but he got under it and got the first out of the game. That was a quick 2-pitch, 1-out gain. And so now batting is Paul Goldschmidt, batting second, playing first base today. And so we'll see if Kevin Gausman can have a smooth first inning. Last game, he did not have a smooth first inning. He struggled with the Dodgers, and so hopefully he doesn't have that happen. So he sets and gets ready for Paul Goldschmidt. And the first pitch to Paul Goldschmidt is on the outside corner for a strike at 95 miles per hour. And then Paul Goldschmidt is batting .256, .324 on base percentage, 12 home runs, 44 RBIs. The second pitch from Gausman, as he comes set, pitches, and it is a swing and a miss. So Kevin Gausman looks like he has command early, which is big in these games, because he always struggles early in the game, but then he finally gets his groove. So if he gets his groove early, then we're looking good. And so it is 0-2, 1 out. He throws, and it is a pretty good splitter, but there is no chase by Paul Goldschmidt to make it 1-2. Top of the first, 1 out. And so hopefully Kevin Gausman can get through this in the heart of the order with Carlson, Goldschmidt, and Arenado. And Arenado's always killed the Giants, so hopefully he doesn't do that with the Cardinals like he did with the Rockies. And so Gausman sets, throws, and is a swing and foul back. So Gausman looks like he has some extra velocity today because he's throwing pretty hard and it is looking pretty good. And so it is 1-2, 1 out in the top of the first, and he's pitched 6 pitches. I like to look at the pitch count because the more pitches he throws, then that means he hasn't been quite as efficient as usual. And whoa, that should have been a strike, but that's tough. If you guys could have saw on that looked like it hit in the strike zone, but the umpire called it a ball, and you know how umpires are, they're entitled. So that was a pretty crappy call. And then he has to pitch another pitch. So now he is already 3-2 count, 8 pitches in. And yeah, it should be 7 pitches, 2 outs, and that should be a strikeout. But no, the umpires are difficult. And so is now let's go Giants. Thanks, Nano. Miss. Yeah, hopefully the Giants can get a win today. And Kevin Gausman walks him. So I blame that mostly on the umpire because Kevin Gausman had his control right there. But he just could not finish it because the umpire did not call the outside corner. So hopefully he'll call that both ways, because if he doesn't call that both ways, then yeah, that's really crappy. It's already the first inning and I'm complaining about the umpire. What do you expect in Major League Baseball? Arenado's batting .261 and his on-base percentage is in the high 300s. And so we'll see if Kevin Gausman can get out of this first inning without any trouble, because you did not want to get in the bad groove in the first inning, because we saw how that went with the Dodgers. And anytime they give up a lead early, you're always playing catch up for the rest of the game, and that's not fun to do. So it is a 1-0 because he threw a ball low, and so the pitch from Gausman is coming in, and it is inside. And so as 2-0, he's having a hard time. After that one bad call by the umpire, he has not been himself like he was those first ones. I think it might have gone his head, but if he can just get out of it, then he's so he can get out of this inning. It is now 2-0, 1 out with a runner on first, and it is hit high, deep, and is caught by Estrada. That was an amazing play at the wall. Oh, I thought that was gone off this crack of the bat, and that was scary. That gave me a little bit of heart attack. But now that was 2 outs. That was a crushed ball by Arenado. I said he kills the Giants, but Estrada came back on that, jumped up. He didn't rob a homer, but he definitely robbed extra bases, because that was a blast by Arenado and a great catch by Estrada, because, yeah, the ball's not carrying that much today, as we can tell by the first inning. So that was really good by Estrada, and Gausman got a good break, so hopefully he'll get some momentum by that. And so it is now 2 outs with a runner on first with Yadier Molina, who's also having a little bit of a resurgent year like Posey. He's batting .257, 425 slugging, but Posey is out for this game because he got jammed in the hand yesterday. But hopefully he'll be back soon, because the X-rays were negative, but it was still a bad jam. So he'll probably be back, probably pinch hit in the next couple days, and then get back catching by the end of the series. So that is really good to see that we have not allowed a run in the first inning so far, and that's a foul back by Molina. So now it's 0-1, 2 outs, run on first, 0-0 ball game, and is the top of the first. And so Yadier Molina is up, and Gausman comes set, and the pitch from Gausman is a foul back by Molina at 95 miles per hour. And so I'll just be doing the fan reaction for the first 3 innings if you guys weren't here at the start of the live stream. And keep the comments coming. And it is hopefully the Giants can get a win and keep their 3-game winning streak going, because they struggled for a 4-game losing streak, but then bounced back. But bounce back against the D-backs, I mean, that's not much. And Gausman has a nasty pitch to get a strikeout. So that was a nice bounce back. Too many pitches in the first inning, but that doesn't really matter. All he was trying to do is get out of that inning without allowing a run, and that is what he did. So now we're going to head on to the bottom of the first, and we'll see the batting order for the Giants, because I'll just redo it because if you weren't here. So it is Austin Slater playing second, Terio Estrada playing left, Wilmer Flores playing third base, Darren Ruff batting fourth, playing first, Dalvin Solano batting fifth, Brandon Crawford playing shortstop batting sixth, Jalen Davis batting seventh, and Kirk Sally batting eighth, and then Gausman is the pitcher who has a horrible batting average, but that doesn't really matter. There should be universal DH. That's my thoughts on it, because there needs to be a universal DH, and so if there's not a universal DH, it's pretty trashy. So we'll see if the Giants can get the lead early, or if it'll just be like the Cardinals, where they get 1-1 on and then tank like that. But it is now a commercial break, and so we'll see if the Giants can start out hot. And Slater's been looking really good this year, and so they have exceeded expectations from before the year started. Yeah, the spring training, like before spring training, I thought that we were easy third place, but during spring training they played like really well, and then the early season they played like super good, and so we'll see if they can uh, get the win today. And it's not a huge game. I'm just live streaming this one, and so we'll see if they can get a win, because it's always nice to get as many wins as possible before the All-Star break. Because if anyone remembers 2016, that was pretty rough, because we tanked bad after the All-Star break. We had the best record in baseball, tanks bad. And so we're back from commercial break, and so it will start soon. And the Austin Slater, who has been playing really well, is batting first, as I already said. And Crawford is batting sixth, and he is in the All-Star game. So if Buster wasn't hurt, we would have had 3 All-Stars in this game: Gausman, Buster, and Crawford. But that didn't happen because of an injury. So the first pitch to Slater is a strike on the outside corner, about the same place where the umpire called it a ball. And so that was pretty bad. And so hoping we can keep this winning up after the All-Star break. Yep, definitely, because if we don't, then we may not even make the wild card. And so hopefully we just want to pile on wins right now, so we don't have to worry about that after the All-Star break. And Slater takes a ball on the outside corner to make it 2-1, because there's another ball. And so hopefully Slater can get someone started early, because I like when the Giants already have a lead early. So we'll see if that can happen. And then another pitch to Slater is a ball. So it's 3-1. The umpire did give those a ball for us, and so the outside corner for us. And so he has been calling it pretty consistent. I could tell Kim is frustrated about it, the pitcher for the Cardinals, but things go both ways. And so that was a swing and a miss by Slater. It was now 3-2. Slater's and the Giants have done a really good job of making the pitchers pitch, because they get those pitch count up, and they make sure that they get the starter out first. And so the pitch from Kim is a chopper to a second baseman, and it throws him out to get the first out of the bottom of the first. But he did throw 6 pitches, so that was really good to see from Slater, even though it wasn't a hit, but it was still not a strikeout, and Slater's been striking out a lot. So whenever Slater doesn't strike out, I say to get it back. And so we'll now batting is Terio Estrada playing left field. He's the one that made the great catch in the first, and so now he is up. The pitch from Kim is a swing, and it is a long line drive, but a nice play by the shortstop, Sosa, to make the out. That was a great play by him. I can't complain about that. So that was just a great play. So I can't. That was a rip by Terio Estrada, but great play by the shortstop, Sosa. And so that is now 2 outs. And so we'll see. Yeah, work that count, tire the pitcher, and give the other guys more looks. Yep, that is what we want to see. And so even if we don't get a hit, it's always good to see us working the count. And so now up to bat is Wilmer Flores. And Wilmer Flores is up with 2 outs and no one on. And he takes a ball low and inside. And so now it's 2 outs. And we'll see. Like right now, all you want is like a home run or like a big hit, because you get a single, you're just kind of, how I think of it is, if you get a single with 2 outs, it's like you're just getting closer to the pitcher being up. That's how I think of it. I know it's a bad way of thinking of it, but you kind of don't want that. But guess what he does? He hits a single out the middle, but good piece of hitting. Anytime you can get a hit, makes the pitcher work more, and so that is also good. But that is now 2 out single. Then Kim has pitched 10 pitches, and that is a good piece of hitting by Wilmer Flores. We'll just see if Darren Ruff can keep this up and get us some runs early, or even just get us some hits and make the pitcher work in stressful situations. Because I was listening to Dwayne Kuiper and Mike Kirkle and like the broadcast for the Giants, and they're saying like it hurts your arm more the more stressful pitches you do when you're trying to like grit that ball more or get better pitches. It's harder on you than if you're just pitching more pitches in like a stress-free inning. So any stressful inning is good to make the pitcher work, and so that is a strike on the inside corner to Darren Ruff to make it 0-1 with 2 outs, bottom of the first, with a runner on first. And then it takes another strike. My old hitting coach would be proud of Flores. He made us do grounders up the middle all day. Yep. And so when you want to have a good piece of hitting, you just want to hit to where they aren't, and that's the best way to get base hits. Even like you could just have bad ground balls and they could get through as long as you know where to place them and stuff. And so now to the pitch, Darren Ruff hits it pretty high, pretty well, but right into the glove of the right fielder. And so that is the end of the inning. It was a great hit, just right to him. So I would say that's a pretty good way to get the game started, because that wasn't a horrible inning, and we went 4 up and made the pitcher work a little bit and got some solid hits. So I think that we're seeing the pitcher well. We just need to get some things to drop, and so we'll see how the next few innings go. We're going to be going on to the top of the second inning, and so yeah, it is. I'll go to the lineups, and due up, I think, is the 5, 6, 7, if I am correct. But the Cardinals have Tommy Edman, because Molina got out last. Tommy Edman, Matt Carpenter, and Josh Bader. And then Sosha, the one that made the great grab. That was a great play. He went over to his left and grabbed it on the bounce, and so it was a great hit, but better play. And so it's Harrison Bader. I for some reason I thought it was Josh Bader, but it's Harrison Bader who is up third in the inning, and so we'll see him this inning. And Matt Carpenter and Tommy Edman. Tommy Edman has been playing really good. He's more of a utility guy, I'd say, because he can play so many different positions, and he's been doing really well for the Cardinals. And so hopefully Gausman can work the count with him and not let him get anything up in the strike zone to where he can hit it. But Gausman is a veteran and can pitch really well, especially this year. He's shown it. He has a 1.68 ERA, I'm pretty sure, and is one of the best right now. And so tell me your thoughts, but I think if DeGrom tanks and Gausman becomes really good and keeps this up, and or DeGrom gets hurt or something like that, do you think that Gausman gets the Cy Young Award for this year? Because I mean, we have Wheeler and Woodruff, but those guys their ERA is behind Gausman, but other stuff is ahead of Gausman. So there's different opinions on it. And Gausman pitches and gets a strike on the outside corner to Tommy Edman, who's batting .264. But as I was saying about Cy Young, I think if it's all between Wheeler, Woodruff, Gausman, and DeGrom, and so I think Gausman is either second or third on that. And so Gausman pitches a ball outside, And so we'll go one more inning after this one, and then we'll call it done, and then I'll do my recap. And so Gausman is a 1-1, top of the second, and the pitch, and it is a strike on the outside corner. So he got that strike back on the outside corner to make it to 1-2 in the top of the second. And so they have the shift on him with the rough and Solano and I think it was Crawford on the right side. And then the pitch to Tommy Edman, he barely gets a piece of it on a nice, I think that was a splitter because Gausman does throw a ton of splitters. So that was a nice pitch by Gausman right there. And this live stream has been going for 20 minutes. The Giants are in first place, a half a game ahead of the Dodgers. And the Dodgers play the Marlins soon. So it is now a 1-2 count to Tommy Edman. And Gausman pitches, throws, and strikes him out on a nice splitter that just broke at the last second on the outside corner. He now has 2 strikeouts with 20 pitches. And so that is a good way to get this inning started with a strikeout. And so now we'll see if, yep, the bump is blind over there. Yep. And so the umpire is struggling, especially today, because he does not know what to call a strike and what not to call a strike on the outside corner for either team. And so that one is a strike on the outside corner. So if he just keeps going there, he can just slice it up and keep that up. But now is Matt Carpenter, number 13, playing second base. He has a 177 average, isn't hitting that well, only 3 home runs, 17 RBIs. I don't know about his contract, but if he does become a free agent, I bet the Cardinals will not sign him again. And so we'll see what happens though, because the Gausman has a 1-1 count on him because he threw a ball at last pitch. And so Kirk Sally is behind the dish doing the signs for him. And Kirk Sally is really good defensively. He sometimes struggles offensively. And then oh wow, that was a gift by the umpire. That was a strike on the way high and outside corner. But, when you give one bad ball call, then you have to give them 3 strike calls, And so that was a nice gift by the umpire to give us that strike, but I'll take it any day. So now Gausman is ahead of the count 1-2 and has the advantage to play around with that plate. Kirk Sally has a glove in the up outside corner. And it is a ball in the outside corner, but it was just a little bit too much, which is still a good pitch when you're ahead 1-2. But now it's 2-2, 1 out, top of the second. And the pitch by Gausman is coming as he comes set, does a little clutch, and then the pitch, and it is barely foul tipped it. He had a nice splitter there, but Matt Carpenter, I bet he was kind of sitting on that one right there, but he still barely got a piece of it. That just shows you how good Kevin Gausman's splitter is. But it's now 2-2 count still with 1 out. He's thrown 25 pitches, and we'll see. I will go one more inning, and then I've said this many times, but I just keep reminding that I'll go one more inning after this, and then I will do my recap after the game. And so Kevin Gausman pitches, and it is strike 3. Got him, called on the outside corner. Another gift by the umpire, but hey, I'll take it. That's 2 strikeouts, 2 outs, 26 pitches in the top of the second. So that is a great job by Kirk Sally and Kevin Gausman to just take advantage of that outside corner, because hitters have a hard time hitting it, and the umpire's liking it today. So if you just keep going there, he's going to keep giving it to you. And so Harrison Bader is up, the 3rd batter of the inning, and potentially the last. And so there's 2 outs, top of the second, 0-0 ball game for the New Year's, and so I still can't stand the Cardinals for that slide into Scudero of the LCS in 2015. And yeah, the Cardinals, we've had some history in the postseason with them. Right now, it's not in the postseason, but hey, I still have. Well, we still got the win against them in 2014 with Travis Ishikawa, so that was good. And so it is now 0-1 because there's a foul back by Harrison Bader. And so now the pitch by Kevin Gausman is whoa. Okay, well, the umpire didn't give us that one. It was low in the strike zone, but Kirk Sally's glove was like up in the zone, and so when he went down, it kind of went down with the pitch, which makes it look like a ball when it's truly a strike. But you can't have them all. And so it is 1-1, and the pitch by Gausman is a low splitter at 83 miles per hour. Gausman's splitter has been nasty this year, and if he just keeps this up, then he just needs to have that fastball to back up the splitter and vice versa, because he has both of those. And so it is now the Giants have a little bit of a shift to the left-hand side because Harrison Bader is a righty. And so it's 2-1 pitch, 2 outs, top of the second, and the pitch, and it is right on the outside part of the plate, not the outside corner, but the part of the plate, and to get a strike because he did not swing at that one. And so now it's a 2-2 count, 2 outs, top of the second. So a lot of twos right there. And so the pitch from Kevin Gausman to Harrison Bader is a swing and a pop up on a 96 mile per hour fastball. And so now is still 2-2. And the Cardinals are making Gausman work. I said before that the Giants make the other team's pitcher work, but the Cardinals are doing the same to the Giants. He already has 30 pitches in 2 innings, and so hopefully he can get this inning over with and have a quick 1-2-3 inning the next inning too. And so Gausman just has to keep dealing. The next pitch from Gausman is hit high, and it is a nice diving play by Solano. It looked like it was hit high, but it was the line drive into shallow center field, and Solano makes a nice little diving catch. It was nothing spectacular, but still, you like to see that from Solano, who struggles on defense most of the time. And so now the Giants will be up to bat, and we'll go and see who is due up because we went 1, 2, 3, 4, and so Ruff was last batter. And so I think it will be Solano, if I'm not mistaken. So it's Solano, Crawford, and Davis. Jalen Davis is getting the call up, and he is going to be playing today. And then after Davis is Casale and Gausman. So you want to get a rally early because you do not want Gausman up with like bases loaded, 2 outs. So that's why we need universal DH. But Rob Manfred won't let that. But Solano hasn't been as good as he was last year for the current season, but he has still been like pretty decent, I would say. He's still batting .272, which isn't bad at all. 3 home runs, 18 RBIs, 1 stolen base, the 703 OPS. I mean, that's not bad at all. If you would say I'd say he's a little bit above average player, and so he just hasn't been the Donnie Barrels as we know him last year. But when you set that high of expectations, then when you have a little bit of a down year, you kind of no one really hypes you still, but still playing really good. And so we'll keep this going for one more inning after this. And so it is going to be the bottom of the second, and the Giants is still 0-0, which is always better than losing, of course. But 0-0, Solano's going to start off the inning, and we have 6 viewers. So we'll see if we can get any runs soon, and the Cardinals. Let's see if the Cardinals can get a stop. And so Kim is on the mound. He is the lefty, and he'll be pitching to Solano, the righty. And so he has pitched 13 pitches in the first inning. And so in the bottom of the second, he starts off with a fastball. And it looked like a fastball, 89. And it is a called strike in the bottom of the zone. A little better framing job than Kirk Sally, Yadier Molina did there. And the next pitch is another strike. That was a curveball, I'm pretty sure, at 78 miles per hour. But it was a pretty good pitch, I'd say. Solano is now down 0-2 pretty quick, so now he has to play protect. And the next pitch by Kim is a ground ball foul at 89 miles per hour. So I think that might be his changeup or just a slower fastball, because not as many people have high velocity as DeGrom or Ohtani, And so the pitch comes into Solano, and Solano does the same exact thing, ground ball foul in the third base side. And so he is staying alive, making the pitcher work, and so this is good to see. And so, yeah, Tim steps back on the mound, grabs the rosin, gotta get those sticky stuff. And Crawford is now 0-2. Crawford's on deck, so Solano's trying to get on for Crawford. And the pitch is high and outside. Ball one, so it's now 1-2. He now has 18 pitches. So that was good by Solano, make him work a little bit right there. And you always want to have him have more pitches in your own team's pitcher, if that makes sense. But the next pitch, Solano does a weak ground ball. Kim fields it, throws, and it got him just barely. Nice play by Kim. I have to give credit to that. It was a weak ground ball by Solano, but he did get the bat on it. I do not like strikeouts because you never know what could have happened. So when he does that, then it's better. Kim almost threw that away, but he did get a nice throw to first. And so it is now 1 out, 19 pitches in the bottom of the second. And so we'll see if Crawford can get something going for the Giants. And yeah, I'm just going to take a water break. Crawford takes a ball in the outside corner, or a strike. Wow. Well, he's given the outside corner. And from the strike zone they already have on the screen, that would be a ball. But this umpire today is all around the place, and so Crawford swings and misses. Fouls it back to make it quick 0-2. The thing with Kim that I see today is he keeps getting ahead of the batter in the count, and is pitching really well. And so that is good to see for the Cardinals. It's bad to see if you're the Giants, because you got to be ready, because he's attacking pretty quickly and he works pretty fast. And so the next pitch is a foul back. So Crawford and Solano have made him work a little bit, but they still haven't had any results to get them anything going or rally going. But now it is 0-2, 1 out in the bottom of the second. It is a 0-0 ball game. And the pitch from Kim is a ground ball through the hole to get him a base hit. So that was a good piece of hitting by Crawford. And so now he went straight up the middle, and that was a great job by Crawford. Crawford is definitely an all-star. Is he better than Fernando Tatis? My opinion, yes, but everyone else is no. So, well, because he isn't statistically, but I still like Brandon Crawford way more than Tatis, just because Tatis just showboats, So now batting is Jalen Davis, who's coming back from AAA after he got hurt. And so now he is up, and it is 1 out. Runner on first, and the pitch to Davis. He hits a hard ground ball, but right to the second baseman, and it is a double play. So that ends the inning. But I say it was a good job not to strike out, but double plays are pretty bad. And so we'll see if Kevin Gausman can hold them for the third inning. And that was not the greatest way, but not the greatest inning by the Giants, but they did not strike out. So that was good to see. There was a base hit by Crawford, and whenever Crawford does good, that's good, because Crawford has some off days, and you never want him to have an off day, because he's just like the clutch hitter for the Giants and gets them those clutch runs. And so Jalen Davis, he just barely came back, and the way he came back was ground into his old play. So that wasn't that great, but I'd rather have him swinging than just sit up there and watch those. So we'll see what happens for the next inning. I think for the Cardinals, it is 8, 9, 10, if I'm right. And so 8, 9, 1, yeah. And then it is, wait, just a second. I'm looking who the batter is. And the batter for the Cardinals is Socha. It's Udmato Socha. I have a hard time pronouncing that. And then Kim, the pitcher, is batting, and then back to the top of the lineup. And so we have the 4 viewers. We are going one more inning. And so it is still a good job by the Giants, by Kevin Gausman, not to get a run, but the offense has got to get something going. We cannot just hope to get a run. We have to actually get a run. And so we'll see what happens. But it is now a commercial break. And so Kevin Gausman, I think, has thrown like 33 pitches. And so now we are back, and Kevin Gausman is on the mound. Okay, so Kevin Gausman is on the mound with Mundo Socha up to bat. And so Kirk Sally gives him the sign. Kevin Gausman comes set, and he throws. And the pitch is a strike at 80 miles per hour. I think it was maybe a changeup because he pulls that out sometimes, but nice first pitch because he's probably sitting on a fastball right there. And then Gausman, the second pitch, is the same exact speed, same exact pitch, and it had a little bit of drop this time. And he swung and missed to make it 0-2. And so now is 0-2. Kevin Gausman is ahead early, and Kirk Sally gives him the sign. He is set up on the lower half of the zone, and then he goes to high, and he pops it in the air, shallow right field, and Jalen Davis has got it. So that was a 3-pitch at bat. And that was a great job by Kevin Gausman to get ahead in the count so he could play around and make the batter be in the stressful situation instead of you. And so we are going to see if Kevin Gausman can not let the pitcher get hit, because when the pitcher gets hit, that's a loss in your own book. So Kim is up, and this is the strikeout situation, and the pitch to Kim is a ball low. It might have been the strike zone, but again, Kirk Sally had his glove up and went down, so it made it look like it was a ball. But you never know if that was actually why the umpire didn't call it. And so then second pitch to the pitcher, Kim, is right down the middle on the outside corner for strike one to make it 1-1. Okay, so it's 1-1, 1 out. He has thrown 37 pitches. And the next pitch, Kim hits a line drive into right center field, and Jalen Davis goes to make the catch. And so it wasn't a strikeout, but it was the same amount of pitches as a strikeout. So that was good to see Gausman get some quick outs. And so now there's 2 outs, 38 pitches by Gausman. And so he's trying to get out of this inning with under, I'd say, 43 pitches. That'd be the goal. If he can get under 40, that'd be pretty impressive. So he has 2 outs, top of the third, 38 pitches, 0-0 ball game, no on. And the Cardinals are up to bat and is now the top of their lineup, Dylan Carlson. And the pitch to Carlson is a ball low, is a splitter or a changeup, I'm pretty sure. And so now the pitch is 1-0. And so Gausman does not like to not start out ahead, of course, but that also means that you didn't just serve it on a platter. Next pitch is a good pitch. He makes a check swing. And so that was a great pitch, even though it wasn't even in the strike zone. Still a great pitch to make it 1-1, 2 outs, top of the third. He's pitched 40 pitches. I don't know why I'm obsessed with the pitch count right now, but it is fun to look at because you try to have about like at least like 10 more pitches in the inning. That's ideal. And he gets a nice another breaking ball to make it 1-2 with 2 outs in the top of the third. We are going to go into this bottom of the half, and then I'll be done live streaming for these 3 innings. And so now it is the pitch by Gausman as the 1-2 pitch from Gausman as it throws and sets and deals, and it is a nice pitch, but a little bit outside. I was surprised the umpire didn't call that one. And so this umpire has been pretty bad if you haven't been watching the game. And yeah, he's not the best umpire on both sides. At least he's calling it bad and good for both sides, like bad for both sides instead of just one. But still, they need robotic umpires but Gausman gets a nice splitter on the outside corner to get a strikeout. So Gausman is looking really good. A lot of no hits. And there's no runs, and the Giants are up. And there's Casali, Gausman, Slater, and we'll see in the next inning. I'm gonna take a little break for now, but I'll be back. And I am back, and so doing the bottom of the third, the last inning, I will live stream. We've gone for 41 minutes. It doesn't seem that long, but we have. And so it is going to be Casali, Gausman, and then Slater. And so my ideal situation is Casali gets a single, so Gausman lays down a sacrifice bunt, and then Slater hits him in on a single. And so that'd be good situational baseball and a good execution, but that rarely happens. So if it does happen, then I will be really surprised and happily surprised. And so we are going on to the bottom of the third. It is a nice day. It is now 3:45 Pacific time, and so it Gausman and Kim have had a pitcher's duel. The Giants have 2 hits, Cardinals have none, and the Giants are pitching really well and not hitting really well. And Casali on the first pitch pops it straight up. The Cardinals incline, and it is caught by the shortstop. That's Mundo Shosha. I still have a hard time pronouncing that name for some reason. And so he got the catch on the one pitch. And so as a pitcher, that's the best, is one pitch outs. And so that is what you want to see. And so now there's one out in the bottom of the third. And it is now Kevin Gausman, the hitter. He is a great hitter. Wink, wink. And so it is now one out. Kevin Gausman, who bats lefty, even though he pitches righty, which is a little weird to me, but he takes a strike right down the middle. And so the only reason I think it's weird to me, like I get that there's like you hit opposite sometimes, but it's weird to me as a pitcher because wouldn't you want to protect your throwing arm instead of have it right in the open? Like to me, that's a little risky. Like I would just go up there righty and just try to strike out or like lay down, like just get good at laying down bunts righty. But still, it doesn't really matter as long as he doesn't get hurt on the elbow or like anywhere on the wrist or something. He has a lot of guards. If you're watching the game, you can see he has a ton of elbow guards, which is really good. But it is now 1-2, and he swings and misses at a ball low. But that's what happens when you have a pitcher. We need universal DH. Every pitcher just strikes out or pops out or grounds out. It's like never a hit. It's never a home run. And so universal DH has to come. Voice crack. And so Slater has been crushing the ball lately. He did not in the first inning, but he still did not strike out, and so that's what you want to see. And so now Slater, who has a ton of power behind his swings, he just has a hard time making contact sometimes. It is now 0-0, 2 outs, bottom of the third. You want to at least get him to 30 pitches. And he hits this, crushes it right to the left fielder on a bounce. And so as a 2-out single, great piece of hitting by Austin Slater. At least that was a great job. I thought he had a double on the swing of the bat, but I cannot see the whole field, obviously. And it was just a great swing, great timing, great everything. The only thing he could have done is maybe got a little bit under the ball. It would have been out of here, but a single is pretty. It's I'll take it, especially when you're in the top of the order and you have Terio Estrada, who's been pretty hot lately. He has a 286 batting average, a 412 on base, and a 571 slugging. He hasn't played in many games, but that's still great stats. Like, because you can play in like very little games and be batting 0, but he's batting really well, and he had a grand slam the other night, and so we'll see if Terio Estrada can get a little bit over alley going, or at least get some hits and make the pitcher pitch. And because Kim, even though he has allowed way like 3 more hits than Gausman, he's pitched like 10 less pitches than Gausman. So the pitch is no pitch. He tries to pick him over for the second time in a row to make it 0-0 count still. Wouldn't you guess that? And so the next pitch, Kim comes set, the lefty. The next pitch to Terio Estrada from the lefty. He winds up and the pitch, and it is a strike on the inside low corner. I don't know if I call that a strike or not, but umpire did, and that's all that matters, which is kind of annoying. But in all scheme of things, it doesn't really matter in a 9-inning game. And so it's 0-1 count, 2 outs with a runner on first, and it is now the pitch from Kim is coming, and it is outside at 82 miles per hour. Probably changeup. I don't know the full arsenal of Kim, but I guess that was a changeup because it didn't have a ton of movement, but it did change the speed, and it did have the spin of a changeup. So Terio Estrada's up there, 1-1 count, and the pitch, and it is low at 83 miles per hour. Kim was a little frustrated about that one. Want to get that one on the outside corner, but it was still pretty good. As a good take by Terio Estrada. I like Estrada so far, but you could start out hot and then tank. Hopefully Estrada doesn't do that, but we'll see what happens in the next coming days. And so he takes another ball low. Kim has not found his groove right now. He's out of it because he was dealing, and then he's now 3-1, and he is really frustrated about that. And so 3-1, 2 outs, bottom of the third, runner on first. Estrada trying to get something going for the Giants. I've been live streaming for almost an hour, and so it is now the 3-1 count, 2 outs, and the pitch, and he checks swing strike. And I would agree that is a strike, definitely. And so the next pitch coming from Kim will be his 36th pitch, and Estrada's trying to get something going because you want to make this pitcher work, and you also want to get some runs and hits off him. And the next pitch, he swings and misses. So nice job by Kim, bad job by Estrada. And that'll do it for the live stream. And so thank you for watching, and I will see you after the game for the post-game recap and any other stuff. And so we'll see you later. Thank you for watching, and make sure to subscribe